Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
If you're new to the channel, it's Saturday and you're watching this. And what we do every single Saturday is we have a BOLO video. Be on the lookout for. These are sales highlights from the prior week over on eBay. We give you a bit of a deep dive into what they are. I see we got a lot of things lined up there, so let me stop yapping for once and you start taking it away.
About time. All right, this was just hanging out in a box of cards, so we decided to list it. It is a Caleb Williams USC 2022 Leaf Draft Rookie autograph, and it went for $88 in auction.
I wish I had things like that hanging out in boxes. You know what I have hanging out in boxes of cards in my house?
Yeah, lots of magazines.
1989 Donruss Commons off grade. Is there any market for those yet?
Well, the good news is when it's hanging out in a box and I don't know it exists, I probably didn't pay a lot of money for it.
That would be. Oh, and 24 bids too.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
Is he a stud? Must be a stud rookie or something. I don't know. I should follow sports more often. Oh, God, I want to save it to the end. Let's see. Is this mine here? It is. 1991 Impel Inspector Gadget Trading Card Safe Kids 24-pack cases times 2. It looks like a trick-or-treat bag. Anyways, they went for $20, $10 a bag. What do you think?
I didn't even know that they made. So they're Inspector Gadget trading cards?
Yeah, I guess there's candy inside.
Oh, so they must have been the Halloween treat kind of deals. You open them and do that.
Yeah.
Wow. No, and so $20 out of that.
Yeah.
24-pack cases. So they're getting 48. So they're paying 50 cents a pack. 40 cents a pack.
They couldn't win for a lot of money when they came out, and but they couldn't have made a lot of them either. So they're probably not easy to find.
They're probably like $2, $3, $4, something like that, to give them out, and then they were half price in the day after.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. I can't pronounce this, but Paperboy can. 1993 Star Trek decorative collector's plate badge insignia. I think it's like a regular sized dish, and I think I took a $25 on it.
False graph.
There you go. All right.
I have no idea. $37. Oh, so what is that? That's just a plate?
Yeah.
Like a regular sized plate?
Yep. And you know me, I don't pay a lot for breakable, so I probably didn't pay a lot for this either.
Wow.
That's why I took $25, get it out of there. It might get broken on the way, but hey.
Well, hopefully
it wasn't broke now. It wasn't broke today.
If it ain't broke, don't break it.
Next up, I saw this hanging out. I thought it was cool. We listed it. It didn't sell for too much. It's a Douglas DC-3 airplane wall-hanging historical aviation display. Cloth, 32 by 20. $13, but you know what? Again, I can't see myself paying $1 for this. So it was part of some deal.
Yeah, I was just going to say that is absolutely nobody walked in with you and you saw that and you said, I have to have it. I'll give you $20 for it. So it came as part of some deal from somebody.
Exactly.
And I would venture to guess you probably never even unrolled it when you bought it.
It was folded. It was probably with some posters or something and never even knew it existed in between something. Yep. Cool. Next up, Intratech American Firearms and Accessories Catalog. I found a bunch of these in a box. We listed them. Most of them went for $15, $20. However, this one went for $51 with 5 bids.
Wow. It's probably because of the style of the guns on her, I would think.
The AK, the semi-automatic.
Probably.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, probably is because of that. One thing that I would have done, which sometimes is a pain. So if you were having this problem out there when you're listing catalogs, I always list what year they are.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes it's difficult to find the year on them, though, because sometimes, especially on older catalogs, it's a little bit of an insider tip to anybody out there watching. If you're on an older catalog, a lot of times the easiest way to find a date, go to the order blank page, and they'll have a date on the top of that. So that's a quick first place to check for a date on a catalog.
Sure. Cool. Good to know. Last up, this is vintage, obviously. What's wrong with this listing?
Vintage Kenner various parts lot with 1980 vehicle maintenance energizer. I don't know. A, I don't know exactly what I'm buying. And B,
well, I know, and I got it all from a collection that my employee listed, and they were all from Star Wars.
Oh.
But he remembered to say vintage and Kenner, but did not remember Star Wars. It's very odd. I mean, it did go for almost $50, but would have gone for more with more bids? Probably.
Oh, yeah, definitely would have drawn traffic in, yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Interesting. No, I wouldn't have known any of that. So to me, that just looks like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Which I guess it is, but
I probably didn't pay a whole lot, but still.
Probably leftovers from collections and things like that.
Could have left $10, $20 on the table. Who knows?
Sport Fitness Magazine, January 1985, first issue. Pete Rose, Lyle Alzado, Steve Garvey. $38. I brought this up for one reason alone.
The Rock stole the people's eyebrow from him?
The other reason is, I guess I lied. There are two reasons. The other reason is I bought this out at Wilson. And I bought it from the dealer that also sold me the band hammer. And if you're not familiar with the band hammer, definitely stop by our live show, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. So I gave the gentleman $20 for 4 magazines in the band hammer. This magazine got me out of it all, so the band hammer is paid for at this point.
Nice.
Oh, also, if you see this magazine out there, you can get $38 for the first issue. It actually is an uncommon magazine, and they do tend to go for about $20 a piece for any issue from this run. It's Joe Weider also. I didn't mention that in there because I thought maybe Steve Garvey or Lyle Alzado would sell it more than Joe Weider. Another thing, if you're new to our listings, first issues do sell. So I always put first issue in there. There are people out there to collect first issues of magazines specifically.
Excuse me. Oh my goodness gracious. That's a first. Thank you.
Shrine Circus program, 1965, Clio, Michigan. Elf Temple. I put this up for one reason. Well, two reasons. These generally are sucker buys. And of course I bought it because I guess I'm a sucker. Yeah. I paid $1 for it. I ended up getting $15 out of it. Took an offer. Maybe I got 20, something rather like that. 15 plus shipping. I think it's 20 total. On this over here, in the old days, I just would have listed Shrine Circus and thought it would sell, and it wouldn't. People don't tend to collect Shrine Circus stuff in and of itself. I believe the reason it sold was because of the Clio, Michigan thing. So they're all going to tell you, every one of the programs is going to tell you on it where it's from. If this didn't say Clio, Michigan, all you need to do is search the Elf Lodge, and it will come up on there, and then you'll be able to place exactly where it is. Take the 30 seconds, do the research, mention the town name, and you will end up selling it. I didn't used to do that, and it definitely will help. So that'll help you move your items. Next up, AA Grapevine Magazine. Have you ever had this magazine, Mr. Magazine?
I do not believe so.
It is digest size, August 1999. Alcoholics Anonymous stuff definitely always will sell, just to let you know on that. Digest size, I got $20 out of it. You cannot complain about that whatsoever. 1999, so I mean, I guess it is older now, but it's not really that old.
You get more of them or just that one?
I got like 4 or 5 of them total. Cool. Yep. Mineola Playhouse, ad sheet 1960s, James Daly, Molly Pecan, Menasha Skolnick. Yep. These are beautiful because you pick things like these. I got $15 out of this. It literally was in a playbill that I bought from the Mineola Playhouse. So you find things like these in there all the time. You can end up getting $15 to $20 out of them because nobody else bothers to list them. I have no idea who on there sold it. I don't have the slightest idea, but it ended up selling, and that's the most important thing about it. But you can a lot of times buy a playbill for $1 or less, have a couple of these type deals inside of them. You're getting 3-4 items for the price of the one because nobody cares. When they're selling it to you, they want it gone. They don't care that this is sitting in there. They're not going to charge you for it. Just to let you know. Rubik's Cubathon Ideal Iron-On Transfer. Cubists do it fastest. Oh. I must have been a cubist when I was young. $28 bid. And the reason why I brought this up was there are people out there that sell these iron-on transfers. They don't ask very much money whatsoever for them. Yeah. But I could not find this one on there. So I decided I was going to list it at $28 for auction, and it got a bid the first day. Now the bid held up straight through. Yeah. But don't always follow what everybody else is selling something for. There weren't any of this specific one on there. Right. So obviously it's got to be kind of difficult to find. From what my research showed me, I guess Ideal went around to different towns, and they would hold different parts of the country where they would bring a bunch of people together like doing Rubik's Cube, see who could solve the puzzle the fastest. Mm-hmm. And this would have been given out to somebody at that. So it's not a very easy piece to find to begin with.
Or go on Instagram. There's you can do it in 36 turns. They tell you how to do it.
There you go. I could have gotten this there. Shel Silverstein, Lotta 2 hardcover books, Missing Piece and Big O. I brought this up because I got $20 out of it. You say big deal, except these are just common prints of these things. That was $10 a book. Nothing special about these books whatsoever. They're still in publication. You can still find them out there. So when you're at a sale and they got books for $1 a piece, you see a couple of the books out there by Shel Silverstein, pick them up. If you can pay $2 for these 2 books, turn it into 20. Not too bad for something common.
I didn't even know Oscar Robertson was even doing children's books, but that's pretty cool.
That is very, very cool. Now you have the missing piece to what you needed to know.
Exactly, yeah.
Next up, I know a lot of people sell postcards. I rarely sell postcards, but when I do, I get $20 out of it. Tanner Franklin Oak Manor postcard, Walt Disney Dixie Landing Resort. Yet another thing that I got in that great deal from Heritage. You can occasionally pick something nice up off of there. It's a little bit of an oversized postcard back.
How old is it?
1980s, because the whole collection was 1980s. Yeah, $20 out of a postcard from the 1980s.
Pretty
I'm
good.
happy
Looks
with that.
older, yeah, pretty cool.
The 82 Club, 50s Drag Queen Club, New York City souvenir photo folder.
Cool.
Pick this up for $1. Always buy these. You'll see me regularly selling these in these videos. But here's the interesting thing about this. This was actually a very early 1950s drag club.
Wow.
And those are the performers right over there. I couldn't find any comps on it, so I asked 64 and somebody offered me 50 and I took it. That was the fine gentleman who went to the club. But it actually is pretty famous, a club there in New York City, a groundbreaking club to say the least. How do I know that? I did a whole bunch of research on it. And that's where the research ends up paying off on stuff. I ended up getting $50 for something that a lot of people would have just taken and thrown up for 10 to 15. You can definitely get more money out of it by doing the research. That was one time where it definitely paid off. Just do some researches on the name of the club, the address, and so on. Most of the time you can find enough about the club to be able to make a coherent listing out of it. That's what we got for you today. Hit the like button if you could. That's just new listings, just not another one. Good for you. Text that out. So hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.